Hey, Monarch soccer fans, Ted Alexander here with the latest edition of Dawson's Week, our look inside the ODU men's soccer program with head coach of the Monarchs, Alan Dawson. Coach, good to see you again.
Good to see you, Ted.
Conference USA play begins with a game at Birmingham. Never easy to play there. Your guys fall behind early. Showed some grit, though, to get a point out of the deal with a 1-1 tie. Tell us about that match.
Yeah, I mean, we tried to prepare them for a Conference USA game, which is a lot different from a regular season game. There's a lot more on the line. There's a lot more of an edge to the game. We maybe didn't answer the bell first 15 minutes and paid the price. A little bit of a miscommunication between the centre back and the goalkeeper. They found the net with it, and we were against the ropes. But we persevered. Came back, tied the game at 30 minutes, hung into the half. They tried to physically intimidate us a little bit. I thought the boys did a great job digging their heels in, not backing off, fought our way through the second half and fought our way through the 2 OTs. So at the end of the day, on the road, a point on the road in a conference game is very valuable. So we're pleased. We were better than we were the week before, which is what I'm trying to get. We'll need to be better again this week.
I don't think people really realize how young your team is and how many firsts you're going through with this group, including the first conference game on the road. 8 freshmen, 3 sophomores. Holy smokes, Coach. How do you sort of tell them and try and teach them before they go into these brand new fires that it's going to get hot?
Well, we've got a few guys that, even though technically they're freshmen, they've got some experience. They're older guys, a couple of international boys. So they're, quote, freshmen, but they really have enough experience that they understand what the competitive element's going to be all about. The rest of the lads are wide-eyed, and they're learning on the run. And they've done a great job. I mean, the big thing about this group is they've all bought in. They're working very hard. They'll leave it all on the pitch. So from a coaching perspective, it's a very enjoyable group to work with.
All right, let's make you king for the day, Alan Dawson, and you can make any overtime procedure rule you want. Do you like the way it is? Would you change it up? Would you go to a shootout? What would you do?
No, I think you're given the opportunity to score a goal in overtime and 2 OTs that wins the game for you. I think at the end of the day, if the 2 teams are tied, it's a fair result. You take a point, and that probably was a fair result from this weekend. If we had won that game, maybe you'd feel like you stole 3 points. So I think that's the way to do it. Shake a man's hand and off you go.
So king for a day and he doesn't do anything. All right, thanks. All right, this Sunday, Monarchs at home, another conference game. South Carolina, the Gamecocks come to town after falling against Marshall. What do you tell us about USC?
Yeah, obviously the edge that they have over us is they played in the fall. So did UAB. So they've got probably a half a dozen to 8 games under the belt that we don't. So they're more familiar with each other. It's more of a cohesive group. They play good football. On the flip side, we haven't played at home yet. So this is a big game for us. Home opener on Sunday. The boys will be excited for that. We have to be more cohesive as a unit. The big thing with us right now is communication. We let a goal in this past weekend through lack of communication, and that's got to get better. And we're trying to talk about that in practice. We're trying to get to know each other better, and that just takes time, takes games. So we're on that path, but we're not as far down that path as South Carolina is.
I would think one of the most rewarding things for a coach with a fairly new group and a very young group is seeing them get better week to week and seeing some of your tactics stick and become part of the plan. Would I be correct in assuming that?
Yes, you would be. College soccer is interesting. I guess any college sport. You work on one thing and you feel like you got that right, and they forget about that the next game, and you go back to work on it again. So it's a little bit of back and forth. One step forward, two steps back sometimes, but I do see him getting better. I do see that there's less hesitation. There's more comfortable body language. And again, the work rate is terrific. We just got to be better on the ball. We got to be more comfortable and composed on the ball. We got to go to goal a little better with a little more zest. They'd rather pass the buck than take it themselves. All of these things are just things that you have to gain through experience. And we'll just try and keep pushing the envelope and keep plugging away with them, and hopefully every game they get better.
Sunday afternoon, Old Dominion men's soccer home opener conference game against the University of South Carolina. Coach, appreciate the time. Best of luck this weekend.
Thank you, Ted. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we get a big crowd.
Crowds can make a huge difference, and this is your first opportunity to see the Monarch men at home. That's Alan Dawson. This has been another edition of Dawson's Week from Monarch Media.